The Nintendo Switch 2 pre-orders are finally here. It starts tomorrow. It's time to beat the scalpers. Here on Nintendo Recap. So the Switch 2 pre-orders launch April 24th. That may seem like 2 days, technically, I guess, but that's tomorrow night. Okay, tomorrow night. So I did it, all right? I did some research. I asked around for advice, for tips from people that have had real success beating scalpers in the past with different video game console pre-orders and releases. And here's the deal, okay? So, for the Switch 2 pre-orders on April 24th, Target, Walmart, Best Buy, and GameStop are the big 4 retailers to focus on. Amazon, I've heard, doesn't have any Switch 2s, so don't bother with the big A there, all right? So let's focus on the 4. Pre-orders for Target, Walmart, and Best Buy go live online at midnight Eastern. So if you're in the Pacific or the Mountain Time Zone side of things, like myself, you don't have to be stressing at midnight. You can get things a little bit earlier, so that's a little nice. GameStop online pre-orders go live in the morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, and they do have in-store pre-orders as soon as their doors open in your respective time zones, of course. So check with your local GameStop hours, call ahead today, see what they have going on, and you can get there for an in-person pre-order. Stock's gonna sell out really fast, okay? The UK had only minutes-long sellouts, so we've got to be on our toes. I asked people on X, on Switch 2 stock Discord channels for their best pre-order tips and tricks from the Switch 1 era and even other consoles, and what they suggest you do for both online and in-store pre-orders. The most common advice for online pre-orders was, number 1, to have a card ready on each site. They suggest even maybe practicing clicking through the site, making sure that each store's Switch 2 pre-order page is all ready to go if they do have one posted in public already. If you happen to have access to a wired internet connection, use that instead of just a Wi-Fi connection, as that could be a good added measure that could help ensure that you don't get booted out of your session online for any reason. If you happen to have another large monitor, or if your computer screen's already a big screen, whatever it is, if there's a way that you can have multiple tabs side by side on the monitor rather than in the same browser and you have to click between the tabs, it's best to have, if you're trying to go for a pre-order from multiple stores to increase your chances, then it's good to have the windows side by side so you can see everything that's going on, and you can easily click between the different stores' web pages. I really like this advice that I got on Discord. I was told web is better than mobile, so that's a good point. If you're going to be pre-ordering online, make sure that you are using a computer if possible. They say it's better because mobile is risky because of app refresh and connection. In-person for GameStop is ideal as this is the most bot-proof. They mentioned to have a friend or a family member try to order with you on a different retailer website. That way, you don't have to have multiple retailer pages all pulled up at once. When it comes to online, it's honestly sort of just the luck of the draw. I remember this from the Switch 1 era. You would have to be so fast. I wasn't able to snag a pre-order from Switch 1. All of these tips, making sure that your card's good to go, logging into your account on a particular page for a store, just making sure all of those things are good to go so there's minimal clicking around as soon as the pre-orders drop. Those are probably the best things you can do for your online pre-orders, and just cross your fingers and hope that you actually get through and get a pre-order online. But here's the thing. For in-store pre-orders with GameStop, remember to double check first with GameStops near you to make sure that, number 1, you have the right store hours, and number 2, maybe make sure that they actually have in-store pre-orders. You never know. Maybe there are some out there that don't, but just double check, call to confirm these things, okay? Some people have said to arrive there hours early to maybe get in line, or just to make sure you're the first one in line. If GameStops are a bit few and far between in your area, if there's not that many in your area, then maybe it's a good idea to get to your GameStop a bit earlier. It could potentially have more people waiting in line for a pre-order. So if you can swing it, get there early, just do it. Just make sure you confirm everything with your local store for in-store pre-ordering. The date, time, if they will have stock to make sure that pre-ordering is even available, and of course, the store hours, because I mean, who knows? They may be open at a different time that day because of everything going on. And it might be different from what you found on your Google search the day before. So double check all of those things. Call them today. Call them sometime tomorrow during the day. Just make sure you have the correct information going into an in-store pre-order on the 24th. If you're active on social media like X, or if you follow people on YouTube, there's a handful of people that are following pre-orders very closely. Jake Randall is actually one that he's been very interesting to follow on X, so go follow him. He follows pre-orders religiously, and it's awesome. And I believe he's even live streaming while he's trying to pre-order tomorrow night, so that may be interesting. He may give some really good tips and tricks live, like while things are going down. So give him a follow. Go check that out. I'm just excited to finally get my hands on a Switch 2, and I hope it could be day one with this pre-order, okay? So I wish you all luck. I hope I can snag one for myself. I'm definitely hoping for the Mario Kart World bundle, but I'll take whatever I can get, to be honest. So that's really all for today. There has been a bit more discussion and such about video game prices and if games are going to be worth those certain prices and so forth, but it really will just come down to getting a Switch 2 in our hands and just experiencing things for ourselves. All right, well, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.